Hey, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are liking the videos on this COPA series. And in this video, we are going to see how we are going to settle an internal order to a profitability segment in COPA. In one of the previous videos, we have already seen how to make sure that the internal order profitability segment settlement rules can be created. And in this video, we are going to see the hands-on process of the configuration required for the internal order settlements in brief, as it is out of scope. And mainly, we are going to see how the document looks like with the profitability segment after an internal order is settled to COPA. So if you are finding these videos useful, do not forget to like it, share and subscribe to the channel. And if you haven't watched the COPA videos entirely till now, please do watch it from the first video and then watch this video for a better understanding. So let us jump into the video. In this video, I'm not going to discuss in detail about what is an internal order and why do we use internal orders. We are just going to briefly see the configuration required for settlement of an internal order onto a profitability segment. So in SPRO under controlling, we will go to the internal order section, and here under actual postings, we have settlement, and here first we need to create an allocation structure. Allocation structure is used to determine what is the source cost elements that we want to use or that we want the system to consider in order to settle the values, and what is the cost element that we want to use at the time of settlement. So let us create a new allocation structure. Let us create it as ZT, and we're going to create it as allocation structure for TIMU and go to assignments. Assignment is nothing but when we are having multiple cost elements and we want to settle the values posted via these cost elements individually onto the profitability segment, then we need to create different assignment for each cost element. So in our case, I'm going to create only one assignment. I'm going to create it as A1 and let us keep it as assignment 1. Select it and go to the source. Here we can give what cost elements should be considered for the values posted onto the internal order in order to settle it to the receivers. For example, I am posting values via 3 different cost elements onto the internal order, but I want the values to be posted only for cost element 1 to be settled using this allocation structure assignment. So I'm going to give that cost element which I want the system to consider as my source. In my case, I'm going to give directly all the cost elements. I'm not going to segregate based on any assignments. And directly we will go to the settlement cost element and let us click on new entries and give profitability segment as the receiver, and I want to settle it by using the same source cost element instead of giving a separate secondary settlement cost element. Save it. So we have created an allocation structure ZT. Now this one should be assigned to a settlement profile. So here we have maintain settlement profiles. Let us select maintain settlement profiles. Let us copy any existing settlement profile and let us change the name to TIM1 settlement profile for TIMU. So here I'm going to give the allocation structure as ZT and default object type is profitability segment, and let us enable profitability segment for this one and let us make it as optional, and the rest all are perfectly fine. Let us save this. Now this TIM1 settlement profile should be assigned to our order type. We have already created an order type TII0, and for this one I want to create a settlement profile TIM1. Save it. So this is the basic configuration that we require for settling a internal order to a profitability segment. To recap, what are the important steps that we're going to do? First one is to create an allocation structure. Second is the assignment of allocation structure to the settlement profile. The third one is assignment of settlement profile to the order type. Now that we are done with the configuration, let us create an internal order. For that, let us go to KO01 as the internal order. So this is our order type and this is the controlling area. Hit enter. And here we want to PSG settlement, which will be the description of our internal order. And I'm giving only profit center and cost center and directly jumping onto the settlement rule. If you see here, by default, there is a settlement rule created with the receiver category as profitability segment. How did this happen? For this, refer to the 12th video in the profitability segment series, which explains on how to automatically create settlement rules in the internal order by using entry screen aids. So if I double click on this, it will show me the profitability segment. And here, let me fill this profitability segment right away. And let us go to derivation. So all the values based on this are derived here, and click on continue and save it. Now the internal order is created with this number. Now let us copy this internal order number and go to the transaction code FB60 where we are posting a vendor invoice. Let us search the vendor. Let us take the amount as 1000. Let us take an expense account here. Let us search with some electricity expenses. And let me take this GL account. Let us enter this value as 1000, and in the assignments I'm going to give only the internal order. So this is the internal order that we have created and posted. The value has now been posted. Let us once again go back to the internal order, and here let us go to the order balance. So the value is 1000 INR, which is 12 USD in the group currency. Let us click OK, and now we want to settle this internal order. For that, let us go to the transaction code KO88. So one more T code that we have used, one is KO01 to create internal order, and the other one is KO88 to settle the internal order. So this is the order. The settlement period is 12, which is March. Posting period is 12. Let us do a test run. Execute this. Here we can see that a sender has been selected. Let us click on this. We can see that a value of 12 in the controlling area currency, which is US dollar, has been settled from this sender to the receiver of profitability segment, for which a number 314 is now assigned. Now let us remove the test run and execute it. Let us select this. So this is the document that has been posted. Let us go to the accounting document. Let us go to the profitability segment here. So all the values, whatever have been given in the settlement rule of the internal order, have been transferred to this document, which is the settlement document for that internal order. So this is how we can settle an internal order, or for that matter, any cost object to the profitability segment by creating an appropriate settlement rule. Now that the settlement is done to the profitability segment, let us see these values in the controlling or COPA module. Let us go to the transaction K24, which is the COPA line item report for actuals. And let us select it by the date created, which is 1803-2024, and execute it. Here if we see, this entry is now visible. This is the line item that has been used for settlement. And if we expand this, these are the line items and this is the value in the controlling area currency. So this is how we can do a settlement of a internal order onto the profitability segment. Hope you have found this video useful. Do not forget to like the video, share it and subscribe to the channel if you are finding the series useful. Also, please do not forget to watch all the videos in the COPA series, and I believe this video again deserves at least 50 likes for the effort that is going into this, and see you in the next video. Until then, take care.